Hey guys, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hey, good
Yes,
evening,
sir.
buddy.
Good evening.
Hey, good evening. Okay, so guys, we have done with the concept of the art, and we have done with the concept of the MAC address as well, right? Now, try to understand the scenarios. We have one building, right? One company. We can understand this guy. This is the one company we have, and in this company we have a three floors, right? Floor number one, right? We have floor number two, right? So three floors are there: first, second, and third floor. So I just write on the first floor over there. This guy is the first floor. First floor, second floor, and third floor. Right? So we have three floors over there, and each floor has some user, right? Take example, this is the user are sitting over there. So user one, right? User number two, user number three, and user number four. Right? Both of them there. That's B. Two, three, and four. Right? At the same time, there's एक मिनट देना होगा मुझे। हमको लग रहा है ना कोई मेरे से प्रैंक किया है। Okay, so guys, we have a floor, first floor 4 PC and second floor 4 PC and the third floor we have 4 PC, right? So take example, this is what we call over there. This is the management team. Okay, this is the sales team, right? And this is we have a IT team. Try to understand one thing. This is the manager PC, right? These are the manager PC. This is manager one, and the IP address of this person. I can go for the IP will be 101.1 and MAC will be A, right? Copy. Same information will be 102 now. MAC will be. Guys, understand the concept, right? Because this the VLAN topic is very important. Understand the concept. What are those guys saying there? 103 now. C, right? 104 D. All good. Then after that we have a 105. This one is safe for this. Then we have a E, and then we have a 106. Then we have MAC A B C D E F 6, and then we have a E F G, right? G and 107, and same how this guy will be 108, and this guy will be E F G H, and this guy will be so 9. This guy will be 10 now. $11, and this guy will be 12. All good. Now Try to understand one thing. We have a three types of communication, right? If I'm going to talk about the communication type, so we have three types of communication, three types of traffic, right? So guys, I'm just making a small letter because I don't have much space, right? So I'll just make it bold so you can unicast, right? That's called as a one-to-one. And we have a multicast over there because I want to make everything in the same page so that you can understand one to all. And we have a broadcast over there, right? Sorry, one to all, and this guy one to many, right? And all this guy has a connectivity with the one switch one. So I'm just taking a one cable from here to here, right? Otherwise this diagram will be looks very bad, right? So one cable, you assume that there's a four cables are connected, right? So I'm just using the 0/G1 to 4 on this guy. So 0/1 will be this guy, 0/2 will be this guy, 0/3 will be this guy, 0/4 will be this guy, right? Then we have a 1/1 to 4, then 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, and this guy will be 2/1 into 4. So 2/1, 2/2, 2/3, and 2/4. So these are the totals we have of 12 ports, right? 0/0 to 1 to 4, and then we have a 1/1 to 4, and then we have a 2/1 to 4. All this guy is part of which VLAN? VLAN number 1. So what we can call over there, this guy is belong to the same broadcast domain, right? This guy is belong to the same broadcast domain, right? This guy is belong to the same broadcast domain. Now listen to me. If this manager, this is the manager PC, right? That's belong to the management department. This is the manager PC that's belong to the sales department, and this is the manager PC that belong to the IT department. What this manager wants, right, for the management team, he say that, hey, tomorrow is holiday. Listen to me. I'm taking the same example in every match. Tomorrow is holiday. Tomorrow is holiday. So if tomorrow is holiday, if this person will say that, hey, tomorrow is holiday, and this holiday is only for what? Management department. So guys, how this person will inform to the B, C, and D? They have a three mechanism, right? Either they can use the unicast. So if this person follow the unicast behavior, how many masses they will create? Three masses. One for this guy, one for this guy, and one for this guy. Right? If this person will create a unicast packet, they will create the three packets, one for this guy, this guy, this guy, right? Tomorrow is holiday. That's not a feasible solution. Take example, if you have a 500 user are sitting in your management department, right? If you have a 500 user are sitting in the management department, you need to create the 500 individual packets. That's totally not a feasible solution, right? It's a wastage of bandwidth, wastage of resources, and the biggest issue is the time consuming. Then after that, we have another concept. We can do the, hey, let's do the multicast. And in the multicast, what happened? I need to send one packet and every person will give the reply. But the problem is that multicast, you need to manually enable. Because multicast is by default disable on a layer 2. You need to implement the protocol, right? Like you need to implement the CGMP protocol, right? IGMP snooping you have to enable over there. This kind of protocol that you need to enable to perform a multicasting on the switch side. So again, multicast is not a feasible solution. Then we have a concept with the broadcasting. And broadcasting is good, right? In a broadcasting, what happened? I just need to broadcast the packet. So this person will broadcast the packet. What happened? This guy will send the broadcast the packet. He will say that let me create the packet of this guy, the PC number 1. So source MAC will be 8, destination MAC will be FFF, and source IP will be 101, and destination IP will be what? 1.255. What happened? This packet is coming to this guy, this guy, this guy. And what masses is there? Tomorrow is holiday. This guy will also listen, 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 this guy also listen, and this guy also listen. It means that this message is a layer 2 broadcast packet, right? Will flood it in your entire layer 2 network. Hey guys, I'm again repeating, just try to understand the concept. If you understand this part, you can easily and well explain the concept of VLAN to the interviewer. The problem is right now, if I'm doing the broadcasting, every person will listen. And can you imagine, you know, one thing, as compared to the WAN, your layer 2 network is very big in your enterprise network. At the enterprise level, right? If I'm talking about the enterprise level, your enterprise level layer 2 network is bigger than the layer 3. Almost you near around now. If I'm going to take just take example of the one Cisco office that is in the Bangalore location, right? How many users are sitting in the Cisco location? Maybe 10,000 in a single day. All this 10,000 users will listen this packet. But this message is generated by whom? This message is generated by the management team of manager, right? And he just informing tomorrow is holiday only for this person, and this person. Unicast is not a feasible way. Multicast, we need to do the configuration. Broadcast is a feasible way, but in the broadcast, what happened? Whatever the user are sitting in your LAN network, right? All this guy will listen the packet. Doesn't matter if they have a 500 switches as well as if they have a 500 switches. On the 500 switches, if they have a, like, you know, 10,000, all this 500 switches and 10,000 user will listen this packet. And nowadays we extend our layer 2 network. We extend our layer 2 network from one location to the different location, as well as from Bangalore to the Delhi as well. So can you imagine, if I'm doing the broadcasting in my Bangalore location, Delhi people can also listen the same message? It's not a feasible solution. Why this thing is happening? Because right now, every person, right, all this 10,000 users is purchasing the same broadcast domain. Guys, what will be your solution? Tell me, except the VLAN. What is your solution in this case, right? How will you solve these questions, right? If somebody will ask you, hey, this is the scenario, I want to solve this one, and you are not going to use the VLAN.
There is concept called message of the day.
What I call message?
Message of the day we conf on the router.
अर्जेंट है क्या? हाँ बोलो, क्या काम है? बोलो क्या काम है? बोलो बोलो.
Message of the day on the router we can configure.
Message of the back? What is the message of the back? What is message back? I don't know the message of the back. What do you call the what?
On the router we can configure message of the day.
Please. I'm doing it through switch right now.
Okay.
Anyone else, any solution, guys? Can we do like this? I can define this person as a 1.0.0/8 network, and this guy is a 2.0.0/8 network, and this guy is a 3.0.0/8 network. We can different the broadcast domain. Can I do like this? Yeah, of course we can. But this is not a feasible solution, right? In this case, what happened? You're just going to use the multiple network ID, right? That increase the size of routing table as well as. Of course, if you have a different network, they cannot communicate. We can define the broadcast domain. This is the different broadcast domain. This is a different broadcast domain. This is a different broadcast. They cannot communicate even. But the problem is that we have you need to take a huge number of network IDs, right? And that's a totally wastage of IP addresses. Then another solution you will have, hey, Law, I can do one thing. I can put the router over there, because router of each interface is going to represent that a separate broadcast domain. Again, how many routers you are going to purchase on the layer 2 segment? cost. So to avoid all this kind of problem, what we have introduced, the concept of VLAN. And what VLAN is going to tell you guys, just expand this word, just split this word. LAN means what? It's a local area network. VLAN means what? V means virtual. And local means what? Local area network. So virtually, I'm going to divide, right? Virtually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide my network. And each virtually divided network has some identification, right? And that identification is called as a VLAN ID, nothing called as a VLAN network, VLAN number as well as. I'm going to say, okay, you are the one VLAN, the complete one. You are the another VLAN, and you are the another VLAN now. Three different VLANs. I'm going to logically, can you see that logically I have defined, right? Three domains over there like this. Okay, this is the switch now, and this is the user over there. This user, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm logically defined. Okay, you are in the different broadcast domain, you are in the different broadcast domain, and you are in the different broadcast domain now. So in that case, what happened? If this user will send any broadcast traffic, it only listen to this guy. If this person will send any broadcast traffic, it only listen to this guy. And if this guy will send any broadcast traffic, it only listen to this guy. So between this guy to this guy, no communication will happen by default. By default, between the two different broadcast domain, two different VLANs, right? These are the VLANs. And to identify this logical network, we need to put the identifier. And that identifier is called as a VLAN ID. I can take the 10, I can take the 20, or I can take the 5 as well as. So between these two VLANs, no communication happen. Between these two VLANs, no communication will happen. Logically, right? Logically separate the broadcast domain. Logically means what? I'm not going to use any kind of physical cables. I'm not going to use any kind of physical devices like a router to define the separate broadcast domain. On a switch, this is the single VLAN of this is the single broadcast domain. What I'm going to do, hey, now you have a 4 broadcast domain. Logically, I'm going to like this one. Take example. This is the one switch, a big switch. This guy has a single broadcast domain, and by making a VLAN, how it will look like this? It look like this, something like this. I can take a 4 VLANs we have. So we have 4 different like that switches. So we have this guy's this person is called as a VLAN number 10. I can define this guy. Okay, you are the VLAN number 20, and you are going to use the VLAN number 30 now, and you are going to use the VLAN number 40. You can take any number, right? It's just an identification. The range you can take from the 2 to the power 12, 1 to 4094 VLAN you can create out there. This is the range of the VLAN that you can create. This is just an identification number that always you need to define, right? Integer value. In the case, if you want to define as a name, for example, as we know that name is easy to remember as compared to the number, right? So what you can do over there, I can define the name of this guy. Okay, this VLAN number 10 is belong to the management. It's just an optional command, right? Defining the name is optional. I can define this guy as a CS. I can define this guy as a mechanical. I can define this guy as a IT. Again, I'm repeating, this name is optional, but giving this number is mandatory. This name is optional. You can create this range of the VLAN. Can you see that? We have this range of the VLAN that you can create on the switch. And as we know that each VLAN has separate MAC table as well as. And how do I check this thing, right? So MAC address table, right? Count keyword. So every VLAN, two things is happening, guys. Every VLAN has own broadcast domain, right? Every VLAN has own MAC address table. So whatever the user are percent, right? In one VLAN, whatever the user, for example, 50 users, all 50 users can communicate to each other. But between the VLAN, no communication by default. If you want between two VLANs, then you need to do inter VLAN routing. So if you have a look, guys, one thing. Okay. So I'll take a one switch and I'll take some devices PCs, right? PC1, PC2, 3, 4, 4, and this guy to this guy, right? Understand the concept right now. So this guy right now, this guy to this guy, 0/1, 2, 3, 4. See the port number over there, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's do one thing. Let me define the IP addresses of this guy, right? So guys, I'm going to use the 101 IP addresses, right? This guy 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, and 108. Right? And let's do one thing right now. Right? All this guy, right? Is okay. So right now, all these guys present same VLAN right now, same single VLAN. If you see, let me define the IP addresses first of all on this guy, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, right? Right? If you see right now on the switch one, CLI, and can you see one thing over there? So VLAN brief by default, can you see that one thing? We have a single VLAN, and in this single VLAN, all the ports are present. Every single ports are present in the VLAN number one. Everything is present into the VLAN number 1 right now. Let's do one thing. Let me take a screenshot, and I'll do one thing. I'll just paste in the paint file so that I can show you something else as well. As all done, and this is awesome, right? Every single, all this interface 0/1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 is from the VLAN number 1, and that's the default VLAN. And this default VLAN number 1 you cannot delete, and even you cannot modify in the sense of you cannot change the name of this guy. This is the default VLAN number 1. Neither you can delete, not modify. So right now, if you have a look one thing, all these guys from the same domain right now. So if I'm going to send any broadcast packet, right, of course the first R will be broadcast. See that one thing, I'm sending the packet from here to here, right, between this guy to this guy. But what happened? This packet coming to switch, and switch is doing the broadcasting. This is a problem. If you have a very big network, 100, 1000 or 10,000, or so all this 10,000 user will receive this packet. So I need to what? I need to logically, right? Logically, I need to define the broadcast domain. And how do I define the logically broadcast domain? I'm going to create the VLAN over there. I said, okay, you are the guy that's putting the VLAN number 10. Take example. Right? You are the VLAN number 10. You will be 20. You will be now 30. And you will be now 40. So can you see that logically did, sorry. 1 minute. So did I create any, did I take any route over there? No. Did I use any layer 3 interfaces or not? Did I define any different broadcast domain? No, all these guys belong to the which one? 1.0.0.0.0/8. And logically, I define the broadcast domain. And how do I define it? First, step number 1, right? Create VLAN, or we can say that define VLAN. So VLAN number 10, simple command. The VLAN number 20, you can take any number, right? Depend on the requirement, right? VLAN number 30 and VLAN number 40. That you have range from 1 to 12 bit. So you can create the VLAN from 1 to 4094, right? 1 is reserved already, right? You cannot use the 1. I can use any number of VLAN, right? 10, 20, 30, and 40. This is just, I have created the VLAN number 10, 20, 30, 40. That's it. If you go on a switch side now, take example, copy and paste. Exit. Once I create the VLAN 10, you can see the from the config mode, which mode I have moved. VLAN mode. I'll explain you whatever the things that you can do that in the VLAN mode. All good, right? We have a lots of things that we can do in the under this VLAN, guys. So I'm not going to explain right now because I'm just trying to clear the concept of the VLAN. Why do we need a VLAN? So if you see do so VLAN brief now, I have a 4 VLANs, VLAN number 10, 20, 30, 40. Did I define any name of this guy? I didn't define the name. So what happened? By default, it will take the name as a VLAN number 0020, 0030, and 0040. If you want to define the name, so what we have to do, for example, I want to define the name for the VLAN number 10. I said, okay, let's define the name. I will say this is the management department, right? Exit. VLAN number 20, I'm going to define, okay, your name will be CS department. VLAN number 30, I'm going to define the name will be IT. I'm not going to define the any name for the VLAN of 40 now. Management, CS, IT, and not the 40 over there. So logically, what happened? I've created the 4 VLANs over there. VLAN of 10, 20, 30. By default, it's a 1. So total now we have a 5 VLANs over there. These are the VLANs that we are not using, guys. These are the reserve VLAN. Yesterday, remember that we have discussed the tokening concept, right? Like the IBM introduced this guy, the tokening concept. So we have this is the reserve VLAN for the different technology. Right now, we are discussing about Ethernet VLAN. I'm not talking about the FDI default tokening and the FDI default internet default. I'm talking about the Ethernet VLAN, right? And in the Ethernet VLAN, we have range. This guy. Once we have done with the creating the VLAN, the step number 2 is what? Because right now, still right now, still from this VLAN number 1, right? I have all the ports over there, right? Screenshot. And now let's go to the next level. So previously we had a single VLAN. In the VLAN number 1, we have all the ports. Now after that, what happened? I've created the 4 VLANs over there, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, and we have a different names over there, right? These are the VLAN number, and these are the names. If you don't define the name, it will take a name as a number, right? I'm not discussing about the status right now. Forget the status. So what we have to do, the next step number 2, map the port with corresponding VLAN. So whatever the ports that I have to match, for that one, we need to see the topology, right? So this one 0/1, right? This is 0/1, this interface, and this is 0/2, this interface. So I need to go in these 2 interfaces, right? Interface 0/1. I need to call the first command over there, switch port. Now the question is that what is the meaning of this command line? Come to the VMware now. Okay, one thing, I know you guys have a VLANing knowledge that you did in your CCNA, and most of the person is belong to the corporate as well as, so you already have a knowledge. So guys, I'm just starting from the very basic level. The reason is very simple. So I want to clear all the concept. I will, and through that I will move in the deep as well as. So you will have a clear picture of the VLANs and what and each and every command line meaning, because that's very important. Because everyone knows the configuration, because I have seen that many person, right, do the configuration, but they don't know about the meaning of command, right? And that's important. So if you do one thing, device is started. Come on. And switch off. Wait for some time. I was talking about the command of switch port. Now let's do one thing. The first command is what? Under the interface, switch port. Anyone know what is the meaning of this command, switch port? Switch port. It means that it's a layer 2 interface, a pure layer 2. It does not have an ability, right, to do any configuration, any, like, what we call over there, right? Layer 3. It's a pure layer 2 interface. And by default, on a layer 2 switches and layer 3 switches, this command is enabled. So if you have a look, right, I'm just take example of show interface ETH0/1 switch port. I need to give me the, so means what, I need to see the information about the interface, which interface, Ethernet 0/1, but not, I want to look up the information about the, if I'm just going to put the enter over there, what happened, it will give the information about the layer 2, sorry, interface. But I'm not interested in the interface, I'm interested in the layer 2, right? And put the switch port keyword over there, and you can see switch port is enabled. And if the switch port is enabled, it means that now you do have an ability of the all the layer 2. All the layer 2 is happening. Let's do one thing. Copy it. And paste over there. This is the command. This is the by default. This command is enabled. Which command? And that's why you all have all layer 2 information. You can see that all this layer 2 information. But what happened if I'm going to disable this command? No switch port. If I'm going to disable this command, it means that it's behave like what? Layer 3. So now go to the interface. If you see right now, can I define the IP address on this particular interface? 0/1 IP address? No, it's not possible. You cannot define the command, right? Command is not actually by using the tab. In a Cisco, what happened? Tab helps you to complete the command. But here it is not helping, right? Because it's a layer 2. So let's do one thing. I said the no switch port, right? What happened? By putting this command, now this interface is behave like what? Layer 3. What this guy saying that, hey, switch port is disabled now. You need to go to the particular interface and define the switch port, no switch port. It means that, hey, I want to make this interface as what? Layer 3. And now can I define the IP address? Yeah. Cool, right? Again, if I'm going to make this interface as a layer 2 pure, now put the same command to interface switch port, I do have all the configuration, right? So guys, whenever I'm defining the command line over there, I say the interface 0/1 switch port means what? It's a layer 2 interface. I want to make this guy as a part of, or I say that, hey, this interface 0/01 is the part of which VLAN number 10. I'm making the accessing means what? I'm going to configure this interface as a part of the VLAN number 10. Same thing I need to do for the interface 0/2 now switch port. You can use the short keyword as well as VLAN number 10 as well as exit. Once I put this command, what happened on the switch side? Paste, done. So after putting this command, what happened? These two interfaces, right, will move from here to here automatically. See, you're so brilliant. Done. So now this two interfaces is a part of the pure VLAN number 10, right? Same thing I need to do with this guy, 0/3 and 4. What I can do over there, I say that 0/3 and 4. This guy should be a VLAN number 20. This guy should be VLAN number 20. Go on this guy. Done. So again, what happened? Now these two guys will be moved here down over there. So it's removing the information from whom? From the VLAN number 1, right? And putting this information where? 10 and 20. Like that. Same way, I need to configure the rest of the ports. I do have ability to save the time. I do have ability to save the time and save the configuration, not configuration, save the time only. I can summarize or aggregate the interfaces by using the range keyword, right? Range means what? Summarize the information like this one. Aggregate this link, right? Convert into the single link. That's called as a summarization. I'm going to convert into the range, which interface 0/5 to 6, right? This interface 5 and 6. 5 and 6. And I'm to make this guy as a switch port, access VLAN number 30, and same way interface range. Also, you can use the R keyword 7 to 8. And here we are good to go. All done. Switch 1, paste, and all done. So now all this port, right, is now moved from here to, oh, sorry, 0/5 to 6. Come back over there, guys. And now it looks awesome. You can see according to the VLAN, we have our respective ports over there. Now, if you can verify as well, same thing, do show verify VLAN brief, you can see. Now, if you're going to ping from here to here, take example again, the same one. Okay, let's do only 1 minute. Delete. Now I'm going to ping, right? This is the VLAN number 10 now. This is the VLAN number 20 now. This is the 30 now, and this is the 40. If I'm going to send any packet, right, from VLAN number 20 to 20, and this is the broadcast packet. Can you see the R packet is a broadcast, layer 2 broadcast packet, right? FFF. This message, right? This message will go to the switch. And what switch will do? Now here, pay attention. Switch will receive the traffic, right? On which interface, guys? 1 minute. 0/3, right? Now 0/3, as we know that this 0/3 interface, right? If you see, show interface 0/ what we get 0/3 switch port. Can you see one thing? This interface 0/3 switch port is enabled. It means it's a layer 2 interface is a part of which VLAN 20, and that has a name is what? CSV, right? So whenever the packet will receive on this particular interface 0/3 and 0/3 is the 0/3 and 0/4 is the part of which VLAN? VLAN number 20, right? And take example, the MAC address of this guy is at D. So the source MAC address is what? D, and destination MAC is at FFF, right? As we know that each VLAN has a separate MAC address table, right? So this is the MAC address table for the what? VLAN number 20. So am I receiving the packet on which interface? 0/3, right? Now, guys, pay attention over there. Do I have any in this frame I'm talking about, right? Do I have any VLAN header over there? No. Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say? Do I have any VLAN 20 over there in this frame when the user will send? No. Guys, this is a very important interview question. Do I have any VLAN over there? No. User is sending the packet. They don't have any VLAN information. But when the packet is received on this particular interface, this 0/3 interface, guys, I'm talking about this 0/3. 0/3 is the member of which VLAN? VLAN number 20. So when this packet will receive on the this 0/3, what happened? This is already mapped with which person? VLAN number 20. So in which VLAN it will perform the broadcasting? VLAN number 20. So whatever the MAC addresses are present in the VLAN number 20, and whatever the user are present in the VLAN number 20, it only send the packet to those user. I'm again repeating, there's no VLAN 20 is happening in this packet, but when this packet will come to this interface 0/3, 0/3 will receive this VLAN packet, right? Sorry, frame on this particular interface. And what they will do, they will map with the VLAN number 20. Okay, it means that I'm receiving the packet on 0/3, and 0/3 is the member of the VLAN number 20. It means that I need to do the broadcasting into the VLAN number 20. And that's why this is, see now, capture, packet is coming to the switch. This is still our packet, right? There's no VLAN information. And what they will do over there, they're just forwarding the packet to this guy. So can you see that? Previously, in the previous case, whatever, it was sending the packet to every person. Now it's only sending the own VLAN. And this is the beauty of the VLAN. Without having a router, without having a two different subnet, all they belong to the same subnet, 1.0.0/8, right? All they belong to the same subnet, 1.0.0/8. Without having a router, without having a different subnet, logically, right? Logically, we have separated our broadcast domain. And this is all output in front of you guys. So if I'm going to talk about now the benefits of the VLAN, what are the benefits of the VLAN? The benefit of the VLAN, it reduces the size of broadcast domain, and that is awesome, right? It reduces the size of broadcast domain. So your big network is now being divided into the small network, right? You can easily troubleshoot, easy to manage now. I can improve the security. Now देखो बहुत person को ना, most of the people are not able to understand how we are improving the security. Now, whatever the critical servers are there, listen to me, whatever the critical servers are there, you can put that critical server into the different VLAN. Okay, and whatever the normal users are there, you can put into the different VLAN. So in that case, what happened? We are making a dividation over there. So this is the benefit, right? Having a different VLAN. At the same time, right, we have a different MAC address table as well as. Hey guys, let me know if you have any questions till this point. Anyone has doubts?
Hello.
Yeah, Marie, tell me.
Yeah, hi. I have a doubt regarding this. No switch port command. So you said while we giving this command,
Yeah.
the switch will behaves like a layer 3,
Not
right?
switch, that interface will behave like a layer 3 because the switch port command is an
Interface,
interface
not a
command.
switch.
Not, of course,
Okay, okay.
because that is the
So
interface level command.
interface level command. So what it will do? Can you
You can
elaborate it?
define the IP addresses over there.
Just only we can as an IP address. That's it.
That's interface behave like a layer 3, right?
Okay.
So it's a pure layer 3 interface. You can do everything regarding the layer 3.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
That
Thank
like
you.
that router is doing actually.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But in what scenarios we will use that command no switch port?
Take example, if you have layer 3 switches, right? And you want to make that layer 3 switches one interface that you're going to provide the connectivity to the another router. Then in that case, what happens? You need to make this layer 2 interface as a layer 3 interface, right? To make a EIGRP neighborship to make a routing protocol connectivity.
Okay.
It's a mini scenarios. It's a huge scenarios on it.
Okay.
Anyone else? Any questions? All clear? No questions? All good? Great, man.
Law.
Yeah.
In layer 2 switches, there is no option of no switch port in that case.
I don't think so. I think so it's not there. On the pure later switch, it's not there. I haven't checked this one, but let me check it. I don't think so it's available or not. It's a layer 3 switches, right? It's available. I need to check that one. I don't think it's available on those later switches, pure later switches. But normally, right now in the market, all everyone is a layer 3, right? Of course, it should be not there, right? Because you can't make as a layer 3. It should not be there. All good, guys. So hope I'm clear to all of you the basic and overview of the VLAN, right? So if somebody will ask you the what is the VLAN, now hope you can explain what is VLAN. Now, what problem is happening? On a single switch, whatever the users are present, you can provide the connectivity over there, right? If the user are present on the same switches, right? But if the same VLAN member, is present on the different switches, the communication is not possible by default. What I'm trying to say, take example, if the switch 1 is there, right? And this is the switch 2, right? So after doing the VLAN, is it possible to ping with other VLAN? Of course, by default, it's not pinging, Dharne. But if you want, if you can provide the communication that you can do the inter-VLAN routing. But by default, it's not possible. Right? Take example, I have some user.
Excuse me, sir.
Go on, tell me, I can hear you. I can hear you. Tell me.
Yeah, sir, this access list command security can we use on this VLAN, sir?
Yeah, of course. I will show you that thing as well as we'll see that later on classes.
Okay.
What are you? Zeros last one and zeros last two, right? And guys, this guy is having an IP addresses. We know this guys are having IP addresses. IP will be 101, and MAC will be B. Oh, come on. 3 now. C. And we have a G. D4. then D. Sorry. It's D4. Now, this guy is belong to the VLAN number 1. This guy is belong to the VLAN number 10. This guy is belong to the VLAN number 1. This guy is belong to the VLAN number 10. Right? I am going to ask a quick question to all of you guys. Can I provide the communication between this guy to this guy? If I'm going to ping from the 101 to the 103, will it ping? Will it work?
No, sir.
No.
Anyone else?
It should ping, sir. Same VLAN.
It should ping.
It will ping.
And can I ping from here to here?
No.
By
No.
default, no, sir.
Can I ping here to here?
No.
Yes, sir.
कितने बंदे को लगता है कि यहाँ से यहाँ पिंग कर जाएगा और यहाँ से यहाँ पिंग करेगा? Raise your hand. अगर raise your hand मतलब raise your hand मतलब बोलना है, बोलो हाँ या ना. Sorry, my mistake was there.
VLAN 1 पिंग होता है और VLAN 10 पिंग नहीं होगा.
क्यों नहीं होगा भाई?
By default, 0/3 in VLAN 1, so they are able to ping each other. VLAN 10, they are not able to.
Anyone else has a proper answer? He is almost close.
The same VLAN we can communicate, sir. Connectivity will be there. Different VLANs by default inter VLAN routing will not be there, so it will not communicate, sir.
VLAN can communicate because it is a by default VLAN, so we can provide communication between our default VLAN. But when it comes to VLAN 10, we can't provide communication. There we need to do trunk port. Otherwise, our communication will not be possible.
Without trunk, give me the solution. देखो
If
पता है
0/3
okay, 1 minute, listen to me. तुमको क्या समझना पता है? तुमको समझना कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके, तुमको समझना कौन, तुमको ये नहीं करना कि अच्छा हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. तुमको समझना कॉन्सेप्ट. Without trunk, can I form the communication over there? बोलो, ऐसा बोलो.
In this scenario, no.
देखो कोई भी सिनेरियो
No.
लो, तुम जो करने का मन कर रहा कर लो. इसमें तुमको जो करने का मन कर रहा करो. तुम्हारे तो क्लोज ही है. And I want a ping from the VLAN number 10 to the VLAN number 10. कैसे करोगे?
So one solution is either I can keep 0/3 in VLAN 10, or I can take another another line from switch 1 to switch 2 and keep them in VLAN 10.
Salman bhai, big fan. Gajab का answer दिया. Gajab. Yeah, guys, it's correct, right? Either we need to make this interface. Either we need to make this interface 0/3 is by default part of the VLAN number 1, and this interface is also part of the VLAN number 1. That's why what happened, they can communicate to each other. But when this guy will send any packet, right, VLAN number 10 to the VLAN number 10, what happened? This guy will drop the packet, switch will drop the packet, because this interface is a part of the VLAN number 1, right? They cannot carry the VLAN number 10 traffic. They only understand the VLAN number 1 traffic. They cannot carry the VLAN number 10 traffic. So the packet will drop. So solution is what? Either you can make this interface as a part of the VLAN number 10, or नहीं तो एक काम करो, एक नया port लो 0/4 or make this interface 0/4 is the part of the VLAN number 10. Now you can provide the communication without making one. Good.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Up now, question out there. Why do we need a trunk? देखो, दो task मैं देता हूँ. The first task that you have to do, this one, right? This task you have to do. ठीक है? That you have to analyze from both the ways. First, make this interface as the VLAN number 10 and see the communication will possible. And after that, you can add the more interface and make that interface as a part of the VLAN number 10. And second task is that the CCNA, you have done the CCNA basic, right? Just ask you the question. What is difference between trunk and encapsulation protocol? फर्क है ना CCNA training में. But if everyone has a knowledge of this part, what is the meaning of trunk and trunk encapsulation protocol?
Trunk is a port.
And encapsulation is a protocol. Why do we need a both? Okay, tell me one thing. Do I need an encapsulation protocol?
Yeah, we need.
Do I need a trunk?
Yeah.
दोनों कैसे जरूरत है यार?
So encapsulation protocol में हम define करते हैं ना कौन सा?
क्या चीज?
Use करके .1q और ISL use करके.
वो डिफाइन करते हैं उसको. क्या जरूरत है उसको डिफाइन करने की भाई? मतलब तो मुझे तो आज तक पता ही नहीं चला. बताओ. Do we really need a encapsulation protocol by using the trunk? Multiple VLAN info can send from one system to perfect then cut. What is the meaning of the protocol encapsulation protocol 80.1 ISL?
To identify from which VLAN we are getting the
Ultimate. So guys, tomorrow we'll see that this part. Okay, you are the correct guys, though who told that. Tomorrow we'll see that trunk encapsulation and trunk part, both of the things. And tomorrow your DTP will be done. At the same time, quick question to all of you. एक पता करना इस बारे में. You have a time till 10 days and 20 once till the time when the last day of this batch, right? How many one interface? I'm talking the access mode. Okay, when I say that, like how many VLAN can be a member of single access port? How many VLAN you can map with the one interface?
2.
बताओ.
One is voice VLAN and data VLAN.
So मैं दोनों को different रख सकता हूँ 10 and 20 में. या 10 10 में.
Yeah, voice VLAN बोल के mention करके रख सकते हैं.
सब बहुत talented तुम लोग यार, सही बता रहा हूँ. मजा आ रहा था मुझे पढ़ाने में. Okay guys, then see you tomorrow. Yes, you can do the 2 VLANs in a single access port. You can make a one is a data VLAN, and one is a voice VLAN. You can make it to one. Guys, these are the important questions they will ask you in the interview. Okay, so just write on and read it, everything. All clear? So guys, I'm done for the today. See you tomorrow with this part, encapsulation protocol and this behavior. So tomorrow I'm done with your trunking protocol, right? Trunking encapsulation protocol, that is your ISL and 80.1q at the same time, DTP modes. So then on the Monday, we'll do the BTP. So most probably on the Wednesday, your VLAN will be done. All good? Any questions? एक काम करता हूँ, इसको save कर लेता हूँ। All good, guys. So see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, buddy. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, I forget that, so I'll send you.